little artists. Today I would like to share with you a project based on the artwork of Romero Britto. Romero Britto uses vibrant colors and fun patterns to help him express love, hope, and happiness through his artwork. The flying heart is a symbol that shows up in a lot of his paintings and sculptures. To create our own Romero Britto flying heart, you will need some crayons and some markers. I'm going to start with a black marker on my white paper, and I'm going to be using a Sharpie, but you can use a plain black Crayola marker or whatever type of marker you have. And I'm going to start by drawing the heart, and the heart, to help us line everything up and get our heart drawn, we're going to start with a dot close to the top, but not too close. We're going to start with one little dot there, come down kind of close to the bottom, and another dot. And what this is going to help us do is we'll start our heart here, come up and around back to this dot, and again do the same on this side. Now we're going to try to make our two sides of our heart the same, but they don't have to look exactly the same. So I'm going to start here, go up, around, and come down. And then I'm going to try to do the same on the other side again. If they're a little different, it's not a big deal. If one is bigger, see how mine is a little bigger on this side, a little smaller? We're not going to worry because all of the shapes can be a little different. And then I'm going to come on this side and we're going to add the wings. I'm going to do a bump, bump, bump. And then on this side, bump, bump, bump. And now we have our heart and our wings. Now that I have my heart and my wings drawn, I'm going to start separating the different areas. For the hearts, just choose one side or the other. Start at the top and go down. Now choose a side. It can be this side or it can be this side, anywhere you want it. It could be at the top, it could be at the bottom. Start at one side and go all the way over. So you do not have to separate your heart the way that I am. You can put your lines in different spots, but we're just using these lines to break up the heart into different parts. And I'm going to do another, see how this area is kind of the biggest area? I'm just going to draw a line separating that one more time. So I've drawn 1, 2, 3 lines breaking my heart into pieces. And now for the wings, I can do the same thing to break my wings up. I'm going to just pick a space. I think I'm going to break mine up like this. Again, you can do yours a little different. You could choose to separate this one way and then your other a different way, or you could do it the same. It's your choice. I think I'm going to do mine a little different. I'm going to do this. Okay. Now I want the outline to be darker than the lines inside, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and draw another line here and another line here, and see how I just followed my first line? And I want my wings to be the same way, thicker lines. So I'm going to go ahead and outline those again. And what I can do now is, now that I have the two lines, I can use my marker and I can color those two lines in to make it a thick, dark line. So now my heart and my wing outline is thicker and the lines inside separating the shapes are a little bit thinner. I'm going to take out my markers, and we want to use bright colors just like Romero Britto. And his favorite color is actually yellow. But we want bright, happy colors because he shares happiness in his art through bright colors and fun patterns and shapes. So we're going to do the same. I did not take out the gray, the black, and the brown because those are not as bright and colorful. We want to use these basic, bright, fun colors. We're going to add some fun patterns just as Britto does in his artwork. And you can see I have some different ones, some curly cues, some thick lines, thin lines. We can turn our lines different directions. You can have curly cues, wavy lines, polka dots, hearts, different patterns. You're going to fill each space in the heart first and then the wings with different patterns. I do want you to make sure to leave part of the wings white and pick out some colors that go together, some colors that look good together for the heart. I want to pick some bright colors. If I choose red, orange, and yellow, those are warm colors, so they would go well together in my heart. And I'm going to look again at my patterns that I could use, and I'm going to fill each space with a different pattern. And I don't want to put the same color side by side, so if I place red shapes here or a red pattern here, then I don't want a red pattern here. So you've got to plan out where everything's going to go. But I do want most of my heart to be red, so I think I'm going to do 2 different spaces, and I'm going to space them out this way. I think I'm going to add hearts here. You can see I finished my pattern going off the edge, and I can leave my hearts like that, or I can choose if I'd like to color them in. Just make sure if you're coloring with yellow, be careful you don't want to color so hard or so dark that you're covering up your pattern you created with your marker. And we don't want to leave the whole background empty, so I'm going to pick a color. Again, I don't want to use the color I used on my heart, but I want to use a different color to completely fill the background. And there goes our Romero Britto inspired flying heart.
I hope you enjoyed this project. Make sure to check out my YouTube channel for other artist studies.